Hello friends, welcome back to Babblefish Radio. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about permaculture because that's a big part of what I do and who I am, and so far I've explained Myers-Briggs, and so next we're going to do a quick primer on permaculture, which is something that's really big and important to me. So before we begin, make sure to check us out on the web at fifthsum.ca/babblefishradio. That website is a work in progress right now, so YouTube is actually the most current. So subscribe here if you want to know or you want to see my videos as they come out. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and what's the other big social media platform? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. How could I forget Facebook? All of it at Babblefish Radio. So follow me there where I do updates and stuff. Song recommendations, short reviews, just kind of whatever I feel like doing at the time. So, and one last thing before I begin. In the background, we are listening to 100 Mile House, which is a Canadian folk band. They came out with this album called Hooray just last year, near the end of the year. I can't remember exactly when it came out, but it's a really great album. I recommend that you check them out. I will link to their stuff in below, and if they have a YouTube channel, I'll link to that as well. So let's begin. So permaculture. Permaculture is, I'm going to need a diagram. Okay, so let's start this out by just spelling permaculture. There we go, permaculture. So perma comes from permanent, and culture comes from agriculture. Permanent agriculture. So the term permaculture was coined in 1978 by Bill Mollison and David Holmgren when they released their textbook Permaculture 1, which is still an essential tool in every permaculturist's library. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy. They're hard to find. So, whatever. Permaculture coined then, but the thing about permaculture is it has been in practice for probably hundreds, if not thousands of years, because it mimics the natural progress of things. And so permaculture practices try to integrate nature into everything that they do, because nature is the best teacher. So permaculture, permanent agriculture, I like to think that the term has evolved from there. It isn't just about agriculture anymore. So I like it more like permanent culture. Cut the agra out, because if you develop culture, then agriculture will follow, because you need to eat, right? We're going to go into the absolute core values of permaculture. These are called the ethics of permaculture. And there's three of them. Zero planning. Actually, that's not true. I made sticky notes. I didn't color in the care yet. So where were we? three ethics, right? Earth care, people care, and future care. Now these are pretty basic terms. It's really simple. First, you take care of the earth, meaning you do things as natural as possible. You try to build regenerative landscapes so they actually return something into the earth rather than just constantly taking out of it. We live in a pretty consumptive lifestyle. The whole world is very consumptive. It's just kind of take without giving back to the earth. So earth care, super important. Next comes people care. So we got to take care of everybody. This includes people who are, a little different from you. Doesn't matter. Everybody is equal. Everybody deserves the same sort of treatment and care. So people care. Take care of each other. And the nice thing of it is if you take care of the earth, people will be taken care of as well. And then lastly, the most important is future care. Other people like to call it return the bounty or share the bounty, or there's a few different ways that people like to call it, but I like to call it future care because it fits in nicely with the whole theme. But basically it's you return the surplus of the fruits of your labor back into the system. You take care of the future. You look ahead. Some people say 7 generations. So you look down 7 generations and you think, what do your actions today, how they affect 7 generations down the road. So those are the 3 ethics of permaculture. Everything that's done in a permaculture method follows these 3 ethics. You can't design the system without them. Next, I'm going to show you something, just kind of the capabilities that permaculture has using some of these methods. There's a project by a guy named Jeff Lawton. He is a big name in the permaculture industry. He's really amazing. He's got some amazing projects all around the world. I will link to his channel, or at least his channel. It's really good, really informative. Anyway, so a couple of years ago, I'm actually not sure the year, I think 2007. So Jeff Lawton and a team of people was given 10 acres of land in Wadi Rum in Jordan. This is one of the most desertified areas in the entire world. So they had 10 acres. It was hyper-arid, so extremely dry, and the soil was incredibly salinated, so salt content was quite high, meaning things don't grow well in salt because salt kills things, right? So nothing grows. And it was also 400 meters below sea level. It's right close to the Dead Sea. So that's another challenge that you have to deal with is a strange water table. And the area as well, because those kind of extreme measures were needed to grow food in this area because of its state. They employed a lot of very harmful farming techniques, lots of chemicals, things like that. He explains it all in his videos, so go check them out because it's pretty powerful. And so long story short, given this piece of desert, and using permaculture techniques, they were able to start growing fruit of all things in 4 months, which is absolutely incredible. So they employed a bunch of permaculture techniques, the swale, which I can explain a little bit later, and like rain catchment, as well as rebuilding the soil by using certain plants that help put nutrients into the soil, as well as basically to try to reinvigorate the area, and it's successful. Just look at that video, or this video. I'll put it in here somewhere. There's a video showing the area. Just watch it. I'm not very good at planning things, so it's like, I don't know where to put it, but I'm going to put the video in any case. So that's the power of permaculture, is to be able to grow food in the middle of the desert without harmful techniques. And permaculture can be applied anywhere in the world. maybe even the icy places, but I mean that's a whole nother ballgame, but I'm sure that we could figure something out. Anyways, permaculture can be installed anywhere in the world, and it can be anything from urban permaculture, so like a house with a little bit of a lawn maybe that you've converted to food use, and you can grow an incredible amount of food in a very, very small space using proper permaculture techniques. And your garden will be lush and green with very, very little effort put in once the installations happen. So permaculture is pretty powerful for agriculture, but we can also take the principles. So we're going to discuss the principles a little bit.